I'm going to show you how to get Alex Hormozi working in your business for absolutely free. And this is going to be super easy, super quick using AI and a few different add-ons. Again, all links will be in the description. Let's jump straight into it. First things first is you need some plugins for this. So what you need to do first is grab it, the plugin here. Again, this is going to be used on Google Chrome because Google Chrome is only what's available at the moment for these extensions. And we're going to get NotebookLM Web Sync. So this extension is going to basically sync up to our NotebookLM AI software. That's going to pretty much populate and save the hassle of having to right click, copy and paste all the URLs. So when you have Grab It installed, literally just press the button here. It'll add it to your Chrome browser. From there, you just have an option to click. So again, if you go down here and if you add a new action, you can set this up to whatever you want. And what I have done is I have the alt click and left click, and pretty much that's going to bring up a green box. And from there, it's going to capture all the URLs. So again, this just makes it much easier. So what we want to do next is we have our Notebook LM from Google. Again, if you're not familiar with this, check out some other videos that talk about this, but this is an unreal powerful tool to use daily. So with that, now we have the Hormozi for your business for free, I suppose. And what we want to do is we want to get information and we want to get as much context as we can from his businesses and pretty much see how we can do this. Again, I'm not sure what my focus is on my own business or just give an example here, but with that in mind, what we're going to do now that we have these extensions installed, what we're going to do is pretty much show you how I go about copying it. Now, just before I jump into that, if anyone's interested to learn more of this kind of stuff, check out my group, Marketing Hub. I've started this up. I'm pretty much trying to bring as much marketing information and help businesses grow. Obviously, if you're stuck in an idea and you're not sure where you're going with your business, I'm going to have the information. And again, if it's a case you're looking to maybe make earnings online, build something online for yourself, again, definitely a place to be. And soon, hopefully, we'll be fully launched this and 100% going. So with that in mind, we jump over here, and because with NotebookLM, I'm on the paid plan, so I can import, I think, up to 300 sources. I think it's a free version. You might be able to import up to 50 to 100. I'm not 100% sure, so just bear that in mind. So with that, what we want to do now is, based on what the options I have here, which was to grab it, what we want to do now is we want to go to his videos. So again, all I'm going to do is Alt and then drag. And you can see already I'm after capturing 8 URLs, if you can see it there, hopefully. Now I'm after capturing 4 URLs, copy to my clipboard. And what I want to do now is just keep this going down. And what I'll try and do is bring in almost 200 URLs, I think, if I can. And that's almost 2 years of worth of content. Brings us down to his books. Obviously, some of his bigger books, obviously 100 million leads. And again, we just finish it around here. So now those have been copied to a clipboard. And what we want to do now is open up the NotebookLM. You see it up there, it will be linked. And again, it'll be on this. We want to click from URL list. And we want to go to Hormozi for your business. And in there then, we just want to Control V and import URLs. Now, this is going to take a few minutes to do, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much more or less pause the video after this or cut this part out, and hopefully it'll be done within, I think, about 2 or 3 minutes. 208 sources, URLs are coming straight into our NotebookLM. So that's pretty much has gone through. What we're going to do is just open Notebook now using this, and as you can see, all our sources have been added into this. You may get 1 or 2 errors possibly through it. However, I think we're lucky at this stage. There's no errors that came through in it. And I'm not 100% sure if it was a full amount of videos went into it, but it looks like it. Yeah, so 208 sources, you can see it up there, highlighted. I wasn't 100% sure, I think the date there was just actually today's date, I suppose, when it was imported. Now we get to the good stuff. This is where we really want to kind of focus on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bonus, I suppose, feature here that can massively help if you're on the free plan where you're only allowed to import 50. So what I would do here, first thing is I go through reports. And over here in reports, I want pretty much a briefing document. What this is going to do is going to extract the key information. It's going to condense everything down into a briefing document. And I suppose the bonus here is if you're running this and you had your own business and you're only on the free plan or whatever, then you could use this as a briefing document, get it to work on that. Once it's done, you can then use that as a source and delete the other sources. This is going to allow you to kind of get a bit more information into it. However, what's going to happen is, because it's going to condense all the sources down into one document, you will naturally lose a little bit of information throughout it. So that's something just to bear in mind, and probably one of the key reasons why you should just go up to the paid plan. Again, if you're looking to build a business, you should be using Google Workspace and pretty much have it all done for, I think it's only $10, $12. Again, not sponsored by Google. So as I said, here we are. We have a lot of different things we can do. I can get it to do a mind map, get it to work on that. Obviously, if you want an audio overview, you can get it to do that, a video overview again. Let's assume now we have this up and running, and what we have is our own business. We're maybe in the middle of going to launch something new. Let's say we have a brand new product and we're not 100% sure what to do. So I'm going to just ask it straight up here is, I am getting ready to launch a product. How would about doing this? Again, simple enough. How I'm getting ready to launch a product. How would Hormozi go about doing this? Pretty much it's going to give us some information on this, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a sounding board here for information. One thing I would recommend is obviously, don't just copy it and run off and go off and do it. The key thing here is we have an understanding of what's going to happen. So now it's broken down this entire thing for us. Now this normally would have took hours upon hours to do. And again, you need to have a real good understanding of obviously the marketing concepts even from the get-go. However, with this, it gives everyone the opportunity now to compete. And I think once you start to understand that you can use this information, streamline it right down into potential ways for yourself to make your business work. Don't ignore everyone else. It's to make your business work. So you can see here, strategic definition, nailed the what and the who. Key things if you're launching a new product. If you don't know who you're selling them to, you're in trouble straight away. Anyway, simple and straightforward. Again, for me, this makes so much sense, obviously, in terms of with marketing. But for you, if you have no idea about marketing and you're just looking to get maybe a product launch, and instead of just throwing it out there and hoping for the best, now you're going in with a little bit more information than this. And again, look, it's built on the back of Hormozi. You can do this for any YouTube video out there, account out there that you really like, you're really passionate about. Again, you can see how potentially this can open the doors for competitor analysis, deep dive onto other YouTube channels if you're trying to compete against them. And again, look, the doors are just open massively for everyone. So determine the what, the product. The business idea should be rooted in the 3 P's framework: pain, passion, and profession. Your product must solve genuine pain. How many people out there create a product that has no pain points, doesn't fix any problems, and wonder why it don't sell? I hold my hand up at that as well. I've done that on numerous occasions just because I feel the urge to get something out there. Obviously, that's where the group is aimed towards, is the pain point areas of people that are trying to learn about AI, understand marketing, and pretty much lost in the world of it all. I try to bring it all into it as easy as I can and make it simple and effective. And again, some AI tools there to help out anyone looking to join. Again, link is in the description. So again, determine the who, the audience. Focus on finding the hungry crowd. That's the key. He does talk about that a lot. As I said, I've watched a lot of his videos. I've read all his books, the 3 books he has out. So as I've seen that regularly mentioned, what makes the crowd, the hungry crowd basically. So you have your pain, you have a purchasing power. It goes into everything here to help you pretty much understand what you have to do when you're launching a product. And I can guarantee here is if you follow this kind of plan, follow this approach when you're launching a product, you're going to be 10 times better off than what you would have been if you just decided to start and just throw it out there for the sake of it. So quickly, if we jump over here to the briefing document, again, this is going to be an entire document on the right hand side. You'll see, won't see it all because my head is in the way, but hopefully if we can just disappear that for a second. So you can see pretty much executive summary, key business principles and strategies, foundational business strategy, the principle of focus. He goes through it all, and I think this is massive here. 1 channel, 1 avatar, 1 product. So I think I personally struggle with this part of it because I tend to pick too many channels. Again, if you can focus on 1 channel, 1 target audience, 1 pain point, and really hone in on that, that's going to make a massive difference for, I think, for your business and whatever you're selling. Too many people try to sell to every single person out there, and you don't need to do it. Again, we have a massive amount of information here, so you can pretty much copy this, export it to your documents, create it as a source as well. Again, turn it into a source. So if we go back here to what it was, and we go back here, I really like these frameworks for business success. Again, this is used as a mind map, and I think these are absolutely brilliant in terms of where to go, how to go about things. So again, business growth and success framework, the 4 levers of business growth. Again, traffic, conversion, price, churn. And this in itself, I hope, would give people an understanding of where they're going with everything. So again, you can't sell products, you can't do anything if you don't have traffic and you don't get leads. It's simple and straightforward. If that fails, you're pretty much going to fail and it's going to struggle. However, you get traffic, you need to convert them, you need to get sales, you need a price of things, and then obviously churn, retention. You need to make sure you're not just losing customers, because there's a lot of work goes into getting a potential lead. You don't want to lose them straight away, so hence why retention is down there. So traffic and leads, it breaks it all. Increase reach, improve quality, and new channels. And pretty much then what happens is when you click on a topic, it's going to extract that information from everything. So discuss what these sources say about increase reach more in larger context of traffic, leads, acquisition. And again, as you can see there, it is just a massive amount of information here. Again, you can dive through this and it will almost feel like you're talking and sitting down with Alex Hormozi, asking him questions based on this. And I'm almost guaranteed, if you were to ask Alex Hormozi right now, how could you talk about traffic, leads, acquisition, and increase reach section, I think that's what I clicked on, he is pretty much going to explain along them lines. And I think, as I said, it is a powerful tool for people to be using and getting to understand. So with that in mind, that is pretty much it. That is how you can get Alex Hormozi, whoever else you want, to work for your business for absolutely free. The information is there. He has a YouTube channel with all the information. You can subscribe to his channel, watch his videos, but this approach is going to allow you to interact with his content. And I think this is probably one of the most powerful things that you can actually do here, as you can interact, because what he talks about works. What he does works. So why try to do something completely different? Try and learn from someone that has experience, and pretty much from there you're going to grow. And again, if you want to use it for maybe using competitor analysis, again, you can find potential weak spots, potential opportunities, and again, you can really target your own business and how you're going about it. So look, again, fairly long old video. If you're interested in learning more about all this stuff, the link is below in the description. Join. As I said, it's a small group. I'm only starting out, but I'm going to do big things with it. Simple and straightforward. And again, as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned, I have a founder's entry rate. I get a free call with myself as well. From that, we go into a potential problem, deep dive into your problem, and give you some sort of action plan at the end of it to help you. And again, for $29 a month, as I said, it's only $1, if even $1 a day, say. But the thing here is, my aim here is to provide as much marketing information as I can for people, and pretty much try and avoid a lot of the things that I fell into myself. I'm getting confused with information and AI, and hopefully help you learn along the way. So with that in mind, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.